Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on into a early LEGO Jurassic World Rebirth set review. Today we are looking at set number 76973. This is the Raptor and Titanosaurus Tracking Mission, has 582 pieces, and is going to be retailing for $109.99 USD or $129.99 Canadian. This was originally meant to be $99.99 USD, so that has gone up $10, like a couple of other Jurassic World sets for the summer. But I'm very excited about this one because of the location. I think looks really great, and also just getting a Titanosaurus for the first time is pretty exciting. You're also getting a couple of main characters here in the same set as well, which I think is going to excite a lot of people. Also, there's a tent and a tree that is not pictured on the front of the box, so there's a little bit more that you're getting for this set than first meets the eye. But let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at this set. Alright, so here is everything built. If you want, you can find time codes and chapters down below. But let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at the set. Like we do with other Jurassic videos, we start with the dinosaurs. So this is the Raptor here that's included in two sets in the wave, next to the original Raptors here. And I want to show you just because of the size comparison here, but also the functionality, because it is quite different here. So firstly, you can see it is very detailed. This brand new piece looks great. I love the stripes going through here, even up here to the top of the head. I like how it even wraps around a little bit of the one stud there. But the arms and the legs, they are all posed and molded that way. You cannot move them. You cannot turn the head. You can open the mouth because that is a separate piece, just to detach the jaw here. If it cooperates, there we go. You can see what that looks like without the jaw. You just snap that on there. It's not a new piece for the jaw. We've gotten that before. I like the printing there on the eye, but it's so sad that we're losing so much of the functionality here. Like the legs could move here on both sides. The little arms as well, up and down. You can rotate the head around 360. And of course, the jaw can still open. The teeth were a different color. So it's a shame that we've gone from this here to this. And I know some people are like, oh, size accurate and everything. But I don't know. I miss this. Here is the Titanosaurus. This is the exact same body, neck, and tail that the Brachiosaurus has, but of course it's been recolored, and there's different printing and patterns throughout this here, and the head is the only thing that is different here. But this is really cool, just the size of this. We had been waiting for Brachiosaurus for a really, really long time, so I love that we're getting dinosaurs at this size and scale. I mean, just look at it compared to the size of a minifigure. Like, that is insane, the size comparison, and the height will come into play when we look at some of the side builds, which I think is really fun too. The head looks really cool with the medium nougat. I don't even know. I think that's part of the bone sticking out there. I think that's great. The mouth can actually open and close. It's a very tiny little mouth, same size mouth as the Raptor. The head can actually spin 360 around and also move up and down there. Now, the printing on it looks really great with the eye there and just all the scales and the pattern there. And of course, on the other side, this is what the printing looks like. You've got white actually printed all along the neck there, which looks great, even a little bit underneath the head, and that leads on down onto the little bit there of the body. And you can see that you can actually move this up and down and also spin this around 360 degrees as well. You've got a total of 6 studs there exposed, allowing you to sit a minifigure on top if you wanted to, but the body looks really great. I do wish that the legs could move, but they're just sort of stuck in place there, but the printing looks really good with just the different patterns. You could see that the feet down there, that the toes are actually just molded. So unfortunately not printed or colored, but you could see the back side here on the other side, the printing there, and the tail can actually spin, again, 360 degrees here, and it can't go up and down though, but it's rubbery on the end there, which is interesting, sort of like a toy snake, and you've got some white stripes over here on the end. So as cool as the Titanosaurus is, I think that this is my favorite part of the set. This run-down little gas station convenience store is really cool. I love how they have done that. It's sort of falling apart. You've got just so much greenery actually growing on top of it. And I don't know, it just reminds me of like The Last of Us and just post-apocalyptic stuff. And we don't really get a lot of gas stations anymore, obviously, because LEGO is trying to go green. And I think that this is a really interesting sort of statement of now the green is taking over the fossil fuels and everything. Again, you then think of like fossil fuels, and it's really great. I love this. All right, so starting out here in the front, we've got this little sign that has broken off. You can actually fix it if you wanted to, but it says Stego Stop and Go. So a little play on the Stegosaurus, of course, and I like the little plants, again, growing all throughout this. I'm going to try and point it all out here as we go through. Little green studs showing. Now, you do have this for the actual spot that you can fill up your cars here, which I think is interesting. And yeah, it's a simple little build with the whips and then the Overwatch guns there on the ends. And you just place that there in the center. There's been some spilling of gas or oil there, but you do have the ramp here. So I thought you'd have the ramp so that you could take the buggy. There is a crate over there that you've got to drive over, but I guess you could sort of have this drive on through and fill up. Anyways, over here on this side, we've got this little rubbery net piece here in teal. It's got a snake crawling on top there, as well as this little lantern that's hanging on the bottom. And then here in this little box, you've got nothing. It's just an empty little box. I think they could have put something inside there. I don't know. And then over here, you've got a ladder that leads up to the top, which I think has one of my favorite play features sort of that's here. Again, you've got a bunch of different leaves and it's all being taken over. And then here you've got, I guess, almost like the top of a tree with that brown part there. But I think it's just meant to be a spot where all the leaves have gathered here. Because the idea is that you can take your Titanosaurus here, look how tall it is, out of frame here, but you can lower the neck and have the Titanosaurus eat the leaves. I think that is so much fun here, that is almost at that exact height. You just got to lean him down just a little bit there, but that is awesome. Continuing with the rest of the roof here, you can see that there's this little clip that allows you to have this drone flying around to actually go and take the DNA from the Titanosaurus because it's so high up. You've got a little needle on the end there, and these are the little propellers there that spin. And you've got the superhero pose standing piece here. We're going to take a look at that in a bit on somewhere else. Got a lot of space here to have minifigures walking around, and you can see that there's a huge chunk missing. Over here on the corner, you've got a little ATM on the outside here that you're actually able to take money out of, but also you could deposit the money inside of that little hole. And you do have that little cheese slope piece with some printing on it. And I like the green all growing as well. The plants there, you could see that there's a little chunk missing out of that spot. There's a chunk missing there with some green growing, a stud there, some more green over there in the corner as well. Now there's another chunk missing there, which I just think is fun. Another stud. So just the whole atmosphere here is so much fun. Also, you've got some stickers here with some cracks in it. So this window's cracked. You could see no dinos, no ice cream, as well as no phones. And then it's also open 24 hours, but right now it's closed. There's a crack in the top. And also these lights just look so great with those superhero pieces there. But anyways, opening the door, you step inside the convenience store, which I think is a little bit lackluster if you ask me. It is not deep enough. It needed to be at least 2 more studs deep, I think. But I do like the little console there, the cash register. Wish that had a sticker or another fun little reference. You got a keyboard there, some leaves growing. The little slushy machine, I love that a lot, using those transparent pieces for the different flavors. You've got a rotten hot dog there that's gone sour and moldy. It's all sand green instead of a regular hot dog color. You've got ketchup and mustard still. And then you've also got there an advertisement for $5 hot dogs. Also, if you remove the hot dog, you can close this up, and I guess that's meant to be a refrigerator. And you've got another little plant piece down below. So here we have this side little build of a tree and a little tent campsite. Again, not pictured in any of the front images for the set. But what's great, again, is you could take the Titanosaurus, and it's at the perfect level to have it chomping on all the leaves up there at the top of the tree, the different levels here. It can reach it all, which I just love so much. Like, Not many sets think this through. Like, that's incredible. Looking up at the top of the tree here, I like the designs for the leaves. I think they're pretty full in comparison to some other sets that I've been building recently. I like the different colors here to add a little bit of texture. You've got some little white flowers in there as well, and you can angle them and move them a little bit. Some of them are built differently, so these can only turn. These can turn and move up and down there. Same with these on the side. But overall, I think that's really great. And coming down here to the bottom of the tree, you've got a little bit of, I guess, a dig site going on with these bones, this big rib cage there, and just some of the greenery here and the molding of this sort of hill that they've created is kind of cool. But there's a bit of a play feature here where you push down on this dark tan piece and the tree will fall down. And this is what it looks like here when you drop the tree from far away. And still, the Titanosaurus is able to eat from the tree. Now looking at the campsite specifically here, you've got a little fire pit there with a pan, and that's actually on top of one of the newer clip pieces here for 2025. That works really well to attach it to that grill above the fire. You've got a fork as well as a little mug and a turkey leg, and underneath that you could see that we've got 4 little transparent studs there underneath. And again, just very easy to snap this back into place there. And you've got some leaves and everything here on the floor. On the outside of the tent, you've got a spider there, and you can open up the tent here and you can see that there's a little cot on the floor with some studs exposed at the bottom so that you could take one of the figures, have them lying down, and then close the tent back on up. You've also got a leaf there on the one side of the tent. So here is this little buggy with a trailer on the end. And I want to focus on the trailer first because this can actually attach to a ton of other sets, which I think is really fun. This is the trailer, little hitch there on the end is able to attach to the off-roader or the big truck in the big temple set. So that's awesome. You do have a spare little gun with some tranquilizer in it in that needle. You also have this scanner here tracking the Titanosaurus, and you can remove that there and put it in Minifigures' hands. You've got this little panel there that can move up and down as well. And then you've got this satellite dish that's able to move up and down as well as turn around 360 degrees. That whole section can also be detached there, and you can see the newer bow pieces there being used in red. In the back here, you do have a container, which this container build is the exact same one that you're going to find across a bunch of sets. However, this sticker is unique because all the stickers in the set are actually on the transparent sticker sheet instead of the white one. So they also changed up the design just a little bit here, adding those little triangles throughout this here. But on the inside, there's no needles, but again, you have a ton of extra tranquilizers across this set and a bunch of others because you're going to get duplicates. This is what the back of the trailer looks like. You've got some lights in the back there as well. But as I said before, we're not done with the drone. You could take the drone and attach it there to any of the clips on either side here of the trolley, but you're also able to actually do that over here on the main buggy. There's also some clips there that you could attach that to if you wanted to. Looking at the buggy on its own, I guess if you wanted to, you could also attach the drone there to the center of that yellow plate. But you've got a little control panel there because you're able to actually have figures stand in the back there, sort of like a Mario Kart Double Dash, right? You've got the Jurassic Park printed piece there on the front. You've got the designation of number 8. I don't know if the trailer is also number 8, if it's one of the missing numbers. It doesn't have anything on it, but I like the lights in the front and these little ingots on the side. And you could actually open up this entire section here, giving you access to the main driver's seat there that you could take a figure and then close it around them there and drive around. Included as well is this red motorcycle. Again, not sure if this is one of the numbered vehicles, but you could take one of the figures, of course, have them sitting there and then attach their hands to the front handlebars and drive away. You do have a little 1x2 flat round tile there in the back for some detailing and 2 gray studs on both sides. Here is Martin Krebs. This makes me think that he's injured here with the staff that he's walking around with, but I love the torso with the mud and the wrinkles on the back. The printing there on the front of the torso looks great, and the face here is Han Solo's from Solo when he's younger. He's got an angry expression on the other side, And also, I didn't say this before, but he's got some leg printing there as well. We've also got a tranquilizer gun for him. Zora Bennett, this is Scarlett Johansson's character, the main character of the film. She's got some climbing gear there in her backpack, and all those straps from the backpack carry over here to the front with this big pouch. It's also tied around her neck there. You can see she's got some leg printing too, with a pouch on one leg and some rope on the other. The face is actually the same face that she's been using for a lot of the Marvel sets. And the hairpiece here in dark tan, if you remove it, you can see she's got this angry expression on the other side. Now, her accessories is very slightly different here because of the tranquilizer gun that she's got, and she's got the flashlight here as well. And here is Dr. Henry Loomis here. It looks really cool. I think they, again, captured Jonathan Bailey's likeness so well here with that face. It's interesting, accessory-wise, again, very minor detail. The binoculars are light gray instead of dark gray like the big set that he comes in. You've also got this camera here, and of course, the backpack over here as well. And removing the gear here, you could see the back face here, as well as the back torso printing looks really great. And I just really like the torso printing with the vest and the plaid shirt. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the Raptor and Titanosaurus Tracking Mission. I think it's a really fun set. I love the location of this and just the idea that, of course, the Titanosaurus is able to eat from the different heights again. That's just so much fun. And this little trailer plays a big part of the other sets, of course, but you're also getting a couple of the main characters in the set as well. So I think that's pretty good. But what do you think of the set? Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notification so you don't miss out on future LEGO Jurassic World set news and reviews just like this one. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. We'll see you all in the next one.